My friend Jim Green had a debate over this weekend with somebody of Sicarrii, Dallas, named Yadi. And it has shocked me how Yadi simply does not understand how debates work and has displayed a great deal of arrogance concerning debates. And this arrogance is really based in ignorance. And I'm going to explain a little bit about why this is the case. See, Yadi has been boasting that he destroyed Jim in the debate, and he thinks he actually did. And he only does because he doesn't understand how debates actually work, which is ironic because yesterday in a podcast, Yadi was talking about how the debate should be left to younger people and older people shouldn't be debating. Well, Yadi doesn't know how debates work. So the thesis of the debate, the topic was salvation, or is salvation only for Israel? That is the topic that Yadi affirmed, and so he had to substantiate that salvation is only for Israel. And in order to do this, the typical line of argumentation which he presented is that Israel will be saved. Well, yes, Israel will be saved, but that doesn't mean only Israel will be saved, and so he completely failed to demonstrate the point he was affirming. Now, in his argumentation and in his cross-examination, which Jim didn't want to engage with largely, we see the reason why and how Yadi was simply misguided. You see, Yadi doesn't understand that in the thesis of salvation being only for Israel, it is Yadi's obligation to demonstrate that it is only for Israel. On the other hand, for Jim Green, all he has to do is show a single individual being saved or a large multitude. Any of that shows that Yadi is in error, and thus Jim wins the debate. Well, Yadi believes, for whatever reason, I don't know why, that if he can show some other nation being destroyed, that somehow proves something, and it doesn't. You see, showing that an individual will be destroyed, a single nation will be destroyed, or a group of nations will be destroyed, in no way substantiates that salvation is only for Israel. He would have to demonstrate that every nation will be destroyed, and that by every nation, that means every single individual among those nations, and he can't do that. And given that he can't do that, he is unable to defend what he is affirming, which is that salvation is only for Israel. And so that's the issue. He doesn't understand how debates work. He does not understand what he actually had to do and the degree to which he had to do it. And as a result, he went down a path of trying to show some other people being destroyed by God, thinking that he was doing something. Well, Jim rightly didn't engage on ridiculous arguments that have no bearing on the thesis. But again, Yadi thinks he did something and that Jim couldn't do something because Jim wouldn't engage on that issue. Well, Yadi, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to debate, you're going to think a lot of things that aren't true. And that's exactly what you did.